Okay, then in verse 10 he says here, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." So in our salvation, God has recreated us. God has saved us to live a new path, to live a new life pattern that bears spiritual fruit. We said earlier that this entire passage is filled with contrasts. And the contrast here is that before we lived for the world, but now we live for God. Before we were influenced by Satan, but now our guide and our delight is God. Okay? And so there really is this portrayal here of a path. You're on a path that's worldliness. You're on a path in which Satan is influencing you. You're on a path in which you are gratifying your sinful nature, your desires, and your imaginations. And then God changes your path. He changes your path. And he becomes the guide. And his way becomes, or the truth becomes the way you follow. So let me ask you this. How different would our world be if people weren't bent on pursuing sex, money, and power? Yeah, very different. And that is why we say Jesus is the answer to the world's problems. Okay? That's why we say it. Because worldliness is sex, money, and power, the influence of Satan through the systems of the world, the attraction of the world. But the gospel changes all of that. The gospel purifies that.